and welcome. You're tuned into BRT2 TV. I'm your host, John Ghazi, for a cup of conversation. This week, we are in the studios with two lovely people, two people who are involved with a great society, one of the oldest expat societies in the TRNC. That's Kyrenia Amateur Dramatic Society, and they have a good relationship with us. It's great to have the chairman of the society at the moment, Mr. Don Attwood, and also a lovely actress, and she is famous for being part of a very, very hard-working business family. I have Meryem, Çerkez, Gürtunç, and together we'll be talking about the latest events coming up, last-minute tickets for Cad's Murder Mystery, just a great event before Christmas. So, first of all, Don and Meryem, welcome to the programme.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll start with you, Don, because as you are the chairman of the association, of the society, I'd like to say welcome. A few weeks back, or a month or two ago, your lovely wife, Caroline, was here. And now it's your turn, it seems, to be the limelight.
Looks like it, yes.
You couldn't escape the cameras or the mics of BRTK, could you?
Not really, no.
But a big thank you to Phil Lucock for organising today's interview. Now, Don, how long have you been involved with CADS?
Let me see, about 7 or 8 years. I started actually acting as part of CADS about 6 or 7 years ago, and then got involved with the committee side of it. I was treasurer for 3 or 4 years, and then became chairman about 3 years ago. So yes, probably about 7 or 8 years now.
When you and your lovely wife, Caroline, moved to the islands, did you ever think that you'd be involved with something like this, with AmDram, or even becoming in the committee, or even being chairman of this group?
Not really, no. I mean, I hadn't actually acted in the UK. I had sung. Right from being a schoolboy, I'd actually been in various productions, Gilbert and Sullivan, singing with festival choirs and things like that, not actually acting as such. And it was only when I started with, actually it was with Allo Allo, which was a production we did some years ago, and I was a German soldier and a British airman, which is quite a feat to be both in the same production. And I started then doing the acting thing, and I continued with the singing with the chamber choir, the Kyrenia Chamber Choir and things like that. But gradually more and more I got dragged into performing on stage with bigger parts, and that's really how it came about. So the acting thing is fairly recent, really.
Quite recent for you, but you've always enjoyed performing, maybe in either singing or acting, but being on stage is okay for you, you don't mind?
Oh yes, and even, I suppose it's sort of being on stage. I got used to being in the limelight when I was working for the Inland Revenue back in the UK, because I had to appear in court and things like this, and it's not that much different actually from standing up in court and having to face a judge and actually standing up and facing an audience.
They are also your critics, your judges.
Judges as well, yes, yes, exactly.
Judging you on your acting skills.
Yeah, well, not too harshly, I hope.
I'm sure the audience here in All Cyprus are very, very kind to the actors on the stage.
Yes, I think they're all willing you to do well, I think, and when something goes slightly wrong, as occasionally it does, they are very sympathetic. We don't get things thrown at us or too much booing.
No boos or, you know, tomatoes or eggs thrown at you?
No, they're very kind.
Very good, very good. And I want to turn the cameras now to the lovely Meryem, and it's been a long time since we last met. I remember interviewing you back at the Coroneum many years ago when I used to film outside. So it's very good to see you again, Meryem. Looking very well, looking very happy.
Yes.
And I hear, when I got a message, Don Attwood, chairman, Meryem Çerkez, actress in the next production. So, Meryem, from being part of a very famous entrepreneurial family, owner of the Coroneum, here you are acting now.
Yes.
So how did this all start? Tell me, how did you get involved with CADS?
Well, actually, I became involved with the Christmas Whodunit a few years back as a member of the audience. So, because the events, the Christmas Whodunits, have been produced and it's all based on going to charity, to SOS and KAR. we've been devout supporters of SOS as a family, as you probably know, and as Corinium as well. So in order to support the event, I attended as a member of the audience, and I thought it was absolutely lovely to have something so festive and just put together so nicely at that time. And then a year later, I was asked if I would like to take part in the role of Holly Berry, who's a very grumpy elf. And
No
I thought,
typecasting.
yeah. And I thought, why not? Especially because, as you've mentioned, I have a very heavy, busy schedule at work, and it's really nice to actually, after a working day, to go somewhere where you're actually having fun, you're with a great group of people, and you're feeling festive kind of very early on in the year, and at the same time you're actually doing something which is predominantly to actually aid really good charities in the TRNC. So that was kind of the main reason that I wanted to join them, and this is going to be my second production. So I don't know if I can actually call myself an actress, but trying my best.
Trying your best.
Trying my best.
Mentioning the charities, because you said it's for a good cause, and all money raised from ticket sales for the productions of CADS, not just this one that's coming up, the Murder Mystery, but also further productions. As for now, we know that SOS, Children's Village in Lefkosha, and also Kyrenia Animal Rescue benefit from the sales of the tickets. So please, if you haven't got your tickets yet, get them now, and the tickets are going fast. More about that later on in the programme. But so, Meryem, I mean, have you ever performed before? I mean, maybe at school productions or whatever, but did you ever act anywhere before?
When I was a little girl, and as all little girls and boys are usually asked, what do you want to be? My answer was always, I want to be an actress. But that only went as far as taking part in school performances all the way up to university, and then again a few amateur shows when I was at university as well, but not any kind of major productions. Maybe because of my job, I've always been asked to do some forms of public speaking. So in that sense, as Don was mentioning a moment ago, I've always kind of been quite comfortable to be on stage in that respect and addressing an audience, although it's, you know, a different spectrum, obviously. But so I think this is kind of having the opportunity to do this has been really nice, actually, at this point of my life.
It is good, and it's a bit of fun, like you say, and it's for a good cause. So everyone wins. It's a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
Which is a good thing to have. Now, as I said before, Don, that, you know, this is one of the most, or the oldest expat society on the island of Cyprus.
Yes.
Over 40 years. 41st year, I think?
It's, yes.
That you're in at the moment?
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, people have changed, things have changed a lot on the island.
Yes.
And, you know, we have ups and downs, but at the moment, you're going, you know, full speed ahead. Lots of productions going on. I think the last time, and I think my colleague Engin Dervish, who is now doing my directing at the moment, thank you, Engin. Engin, who presents Vox Pop, he filmed, I think he had, was it Shakespeare in 15 minutes?
Shakespeare in 15
Dub
minutes.
Dub.
Yes.
And so, you know, from one production to another, you're very, very busy. How are you coping directing or controlling all these productions in one go?
Well, fortunately, I don't have to direct. I appear in them, but I'm not directing. Yes, it's quite a job. We've had a couple of years, obviously, without the Gurney Theatre, because that was totally, well, pulled down and totally rebuilt, effectively.
Yeah.
So we have actually been, if you like, almost a repertory company. We've been travelling.
Yes.
And mostly to Pia Bella. We also did a performance at Çatalköy Theatre. And now Corinium, of course. But we are looking forward to getting a permanent base again, because although it is lovely to perform at these various places, you are restricted. It is not like having a theatre with wings and able to put in a big backdrop and things like that. So we are looking forward, hopefully, to starting again in the new year, in the spring, with a production there, which has not yet been decided. We are in the process. The committee is looking into various possibilities, and we are hoping to start again in the theatre. Plus, there may be other locations where we go as well. We've had 1 or 2 invitations to other locations to take our shows. But it will be, if we do start with the theatre again, it will be a full-length production, either with 2 plays or with 1 full-length play with an interval. And that will be nice to get back in a theatre.
It would be nice. I mean, it's something that I think is lacking in North Cyprus. There are a number of people who love to go to the theatre. We do have, you know, professional theatre groups here, municipality groups and things like that. And we have theatre festivals where, you know, groups come over from Turkey joining the TRNC. We need, I think, a great location, especially in the Guinea area as well, with Amdram groups like CADS. It would be nice to have a setting where, you know, like you say, you've got the stage, you know, you're separated from the audience, you've got the wings, you've got the dressing rooms or whatever, all the things that you need, you know, the lights, sound equipment. And so, but even though, like you said, Pia Bella has been very accommodating to you over the years.
Extremely.
And I suppose this is like maybe your swan song performance at Pia Bella.
Yes.
But luckily, I think with Meryem being on your team as well, you've had the chance to use Coronium, and I heard that it's a very great, good location. Well, I've seen Coronium, I know it's a lovely location, but very good, very excellent for this production. So a big thank you. Did you consciously want to give one day to the group to have one production at Coronium?
Absolutely, it's a great show. And speaking to the committee, to the CADS committee, we sort of came together. It was an idea since last year. Obviously, it was already scheduled to be at Pia Bella last year, both performances. But coming to the end of it, just before we were going to perform, it was an idea that had started evolving then to say, you know, why don't we do it at the Coronium as well? A, obviously, so that we can get kind of more tickets sold, so more for the charities, but B, also so that we can get people in from kind of the east side of Guinea as well, because it can be quite challenging with the traffic and various other engagements at the busy time of year to get people travelling in. So that also gives an opportunity for the community there. And of course, for Coronium as well, it's lovely to have such a great production, to be hosting such a great production, and to be part of the event as a whole as well.
Coronium has a great relationship with the community, and I know that, you know, aside from being a wonderful golf course and a place where people can go and enjoy themselves, you know, at a leisurely pace and enjoy time there, you also have weddings, you have functions there. I mean, are you trying to get more interactive with the public by hosting things like this? People can go, you know, well, there is this location here where we can hold functions or go and just enjoy ourselves. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, as you mentioned, of course, primarily we're a golf hotel. So the golf course and the hotel, you know, that's one part of it. But locally, we've always been very involved with the local public with regards to weddings, events and functions. We've held several charity-based and other types of functions there as well. And we always want to be included in parts of whatever the community is actually looking for. I think when we first opened, location-wise, we were perceived to be a bit further out compared to other places. But now, as there have been kind of more hotels and a growing population in that area as well.
Definitely.
I think people seem to find that actually it's not as far as they had initially perceived for it to be. So I think that's done a great deal of good for us in that sense as well. So people feel more linked to us now, whereas earlier on, I think people had the feeling of it's kind of quite far out, and it's, you know, and that's something that in a matter of years, we've been able to kind of break down that perception.
That's fantastic. I agree with that in a way. When you think about where people are located in the Guinea area, and then you think, oh God, you know, SNTB. But now the road's fantastic. And as you say, growing population, especially expat population in SNTB.
Absolutely.
Lots going on there. So now you're really sort of like you're within the community, and you're not far away.
No.
And in fact, you know, we passed by the golf course and the Coronium when we're going towards Carapaz, because now that's the road that takes you in that direction. So I think, you know, I think now your location is fantastic.
Yeah, I think.
And I think it's nice to be in an area like that because it's such a beautiful location. You've got the mountains, the sea, but of course that's, you know, by the by, North Cyprus is a lovely location in general. But
yeah.
I say thank you to Coronium for giving one night up for CADS.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you'll have more functions there in the future as well. Now, Don, tell us a bit about, for those who haven't been to one of your murder mysteries,
Right.
tell us, without giving too much away about this year's murder mystery.
Not giving anything away.
Not giving anything away. Although I have heard you've got a really good outfit, though. Very good.
Well, yes.
I'm
yeah.
disappointed that you didn't come dressed in costume.
Well, A, it would give away what it's going to look like,
Yeah.
and B, I seriously doubt I could walk anywhere in that costume without, well, either getting wolf whistled or worse.
So now I think, just with that comment, that's attracting people to come and buy tickets just to see
Well, it might put them off.
what Don Attwood's going to be wearing. Now, Don, seriously though,
Yeah.
murder mystery, how does it work?
Right. Basically, it's a thing that's in two parts. The Christmas ones involve people like Santa Claus, Mrs. Claus, various elves, fairies, and what have you. And basically, what it is, the people who are there eating their meal have to work out from the first half who actually has killed whoever it is who's been killed in the first half. Mm-hmm. And then they are circulated with something to write their solution down on, who did it and why. And then in the second half, it is revealed who actually did it and why. And the winner gets a prize. The first one picked out of the hat who's actually got it right gets a prize at the end. And basically that's it. So it's a between meals thing. We start off before the main course. Then there is the main course, and then after that we come out with the second half and say, right, this is who did it, this is why. Here you are, well done. Here's your prize.
Right.
So it's meant to be quite difficult to work out who it is. So, you know, it's not obvious from the first half. Oh, it must be so and so who did it. And we hope that people have a bit of thinking to do as well as eating.
So as well as watching, you have to take in all the information and get the clues. I suppose there are clues within the performance at the beginning.
Yes, there are clues. But we make it so that the clues all don't point to one person. It's a sort of, I don't know, Midsummer Murders in...
Yeah, it could be anyone.
It could be anybody, yes.
But,
it could be anybody from Santa right the way down to the elf, depending on A, who's done it, and B, who's actually been killed. So yeah, it's a bit of a brain teaser as well.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
It is.
Is it a lot of fun when you're performing? I mean, especially as Meryem said, this time of the year, getting into that festive spirit. I mean, you've been rehearsing, you're getting into that mood already. It's all costumes and sparkle and and acting as well. But is it a lot of fun when you're doing it, when you're getting ready?
Yes, and of course there's a lot of humour in it as well. I mean, it's not a murder mystery in that, it's all blood and thunder and what have you. I mean, it is very funny.
It's not Poirot or Agatha Christie,
No, it is very funny.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're still all laughing at it. At each other and at the jokes and everything that are in it. So it is a lot of fun. We do enjoy it. I mean, Meryem was saying about it is a nice relaxation from the point of view of work. It is also actually hard work. We have to learn lines. We have a lot of moving around in it, and for people like, especially at my age, I mean, Meryem's fine, but it is quite a lot of hard work as well. Remembering lines, remembering where you're supposed to be, this sort of thing. But it is very funny, and it is a lot of fun too. Yeah. So we enjoy it.
Yeah, I have to agree with Don in that obviously I said that it's a nice change for me with regards to the mind frame that I'm in for the whole day, because it is funny and it's lovely just doing the work, but it is a lot of hard work because, as he mentioned, you need to know your lines, you need to know your moves, and there's actually quite a lot going on at the same time. So A lot of hard work goes into it from the acting point of it, but also from the directing, from the stage management, and also from the sound as well. So having the whole team on board is really important for it to actually work really well.
Of course, I mean, it's not just the people in front of the stage or on the stage, but lots of people helping out behind, all the people who are, you know,
with the
down from the costumes to scenery, to everything, prompting, you know, lights, cameras, action, whatever, you know, everyone plays an important part. Is it a challenge for you? I mean, you know, like you say, it's different, you know, you're busy, you're a businesswoman during the day, you've got your thinking hat on. Obviously, you know, you're a mother as well of a young child.
Yeah.
Is it fun for you to just switch off every now and then and just be something completely different, or, you know, to learn your lines and to immerse yourself in that character? I mean, do you enjoy doing things like that then? Absolutely.
I think for a long time, I mean, as you said, being having a full-time job and then having a child as well, and lots of other responsibilities. For a long time, I felt like I hadn't done something for myself, and this does feel like it's kind of my time to do something that I enjoy, and again, it's got that giving prospect to it as well. So that's absolutely great. But sometimes I do have moments when I think, oh my God, when am I going to find the time to actually memorize everything? But then afterwards, I mean, it is such good fun that I'm glad I made the choice to go along with it.
But I actually retired 2 years ago. I did my last performance in last Panto in Kyrenia, and that was going to be me finished. And then I got dragged back into...
As you do, as is the case in North Cyprus. Sometimes you just can't let go of things, especially if you enjoy it. And it looks like as if you are enjoying it.
Oh, yes.
Don, I know that your lovely wife, Caroline, is a great actress as well.
She's in it too. Yeah.
She's in it too as well. So big hello to Caroline as well. And to everyone in the production, from everyone here at BIDAC. Now, one thing that I like about today's setup here in the studio is that we think of CADS as being very, very British and very sort of expat. But here we have the lovely Meryem, who is a Turkish Cypriot, who obviously the language is no problem, you know, like us, you know, great English and everything.
Thank you.
It isn't just for expats, is it? It could be anyone who wants to join in the productions, who's got English and a bit of acting ability. It's not, you know, exclusively for all the old Brits, is it?
Well, we've got 2 Turkish Cypriots. We have 2 Germans.
Yes.
Very multicultural.
Last year we had 4 Turkish Cypriots and 2 Germans.
Yes.
And this year, as Don's mentioned, we've got 2 Turkish Cypriots, 2 Germans, and then the rest of the cast
the rest
is British.
are British of one sort or another. Oh, and 1 Yorkshireman, but we won't mention that.
We don't mention anyone from Yorkshire. But we also, I remember speaking with Phil Lucock and with Caroline when they were down here last doing the radio play here at BIDAC, that, OK, it's nice, you've got a great group, but we're also looking for maybe a younger generation. So because they were talking about plays that they were doing and how really you're restricted to the people that you've got, and so the plays are more, you know, for the elderly community.
Yeah, we have we have had to in the past tailor some of the plays certainly to older people. We couldn't have a lot of young people in. We managed to get the old ones in here and there, but getting enough young people in to do something that involves several young people has been very difficult and is still very difficult. I mean, we have, you know, we've got Meryem and various other people now, but mostly the production is old. I mean, I'm 79 and I'm playing the part of a fairy in this production now. It would be nice to have a younger fairy and somebody who's actually female, I suppose.
You're giving too much away now.
No, I think, no, that's not giving very much away. I know we sold most of the tickets for Pia Bella, so it's too late to change their mind. But no, I mean, it would be nice to have more people in. I think we've got 30-odd members now in CADS, but not everybody, of course, acts. A lot of people work behind the scenes or do other things in support. It would be nice to have more members and be young members, which would be excellent. One of the problems usually is that a lot of the younger people are people who are studying at university here. It means they are restricted in how much time they can spend away from exams, studying, and things like that. So that is a bit of a problem, but we are always happy to try and work around these things so that people can maybe fit it in with their other commitments.
Yeah.
Let's say somebody wanted to commit to one production. How long before the production starts being performed do you start rehearsing? I mean, how long have you been rehearsing for this murder mystery?
I think about 6 weeks, I think, or maybe less than that. Maybe?
The Christmas whodunit yearly, I think it's more or less a schedule of 12 to 16 rehearsals, but they're kind of strictly on 3 rehearsals a week.
Yeah.
So we start either end of October or early November and kind of work our way through until the production dates, which are usually the first half of December.
Yeah.
Because in the past there have been kind of local participants within the acting, or maybe even behind the scenes. I'm not sure, about that. But it's organised so that it's an evening rehearsal. Because as Don was mentioning, it's very difficult for kind of a younger working or studying generation to be able to have or commit the time to the rehearsals during the day. So for this production, it's strictly based on an evening schedule so that it can be more inclusive of people who are working and kind of more of the local community as well, to encourage the participation in that respect. But of course that can't be the case for every production, which might have a longer rehearsal schedule.
Yes, I mean, a full-length production, you would need much longer than that to do it. The other problem is, of course, people coming and going. When you're using an expat community, they have to go. They very often go back to their native land, which means that it can interrupt rehearsals as well. So there's a certain amount of commitment is expected, but there are occasions when you have to allow people to take time out. So you maybe have to have a longer rehearsal time to accommodate the fact that some people aren't going to be there. Of course, they all get sent back with their lines, so they learn them.
I've heard that. Nikki Montgomery, Nikki was telling me when she was here on television a few weeks back that, she's one of the last to learn her lines, and she went away, I think, and she had to learn them while she was on the airplane. So yes, you don't get off that easily if you're going to be in the production. Now, we haven't actually mentioned any dates. Now, I know that Pia Bella, you're saying, is sold out, but when is this year's murder mystery being scheduled for?
Right, OK. The 5th of December and the 7th of December are both Pia Bella dates.
Which is a Tuesday
Which are Tuesday and a Thursday. The Corineum one is sandwiched in between. It's the 6th of December. Tickets for the Thursday one at Pia Bella are virtually gone. Tuesday there are 1 or 2. Corineum we still have a few, so Corineum, if you want to get in quickly now, Tuesday for Pia Bella, Wednesday for Corineum. And if you want them, again, this year we are selling tickets at the Saturday market at Lambusa. Meryem has a contact for selling tickets, obviously, at Corineum.
Or maybe they can go to the Corineum and get tickets there.
Absolutely.
Or phone.
Or they can call through, email through, message us on Facebook.
It's easy.
Any point of contact, absolutely.
Excellent, excellent. So we're looking forward to another fun murder mystery this year. And hopefully, I mean, as we said before, this is for a very important cause, or 2 important causes, for SOS Children's Village in Lefkosha and for CAR. Can I ask, I've asked this before, but if you can remind everyone again, why those 2 particular charities kids and animals. We all love them.
Animals and kids, so long as you don't have to act with them.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know, the ones that you don't want to act with, they work with animals or kids.
No,
but-
animals or kids. But Act 4, yes, we're quite happy. I think it's always been a tradition. I think it started many, many years ago that those were the two charities that we supported, and those are the ones we've continued to work for. And as you say, animals and children, and a lot of people soppy about animals, and a lot of people are soppy about children. Not necessarily the same people, but at least we hit two areas where we're going to get some support from somebody.
Yeah.
And I think, and again, the money all stays on the island. It's all for local charities. Nothing goes anywhere else. In fact, we're usually out of pocket at the end of the day.
Yes, it's a very important point, because some people might think, oh, well, you must take money out for the costumes that you use, or for, but you don't. Nothing. Every single penny from all the tickets sold on the night of the productions will go to the two charities we just mentioned.
Yeah.
So, as you say, you're probably spending money.
Yeah.
Out of your own pockets.
We're always out of pocket. Every
Yeah.
production we're out of pocket somewhere.
Somewhere, but-
Somebody, we need something, you know, wine glasses or something. Oh, well, we'll get them and we'll buy them, and you know, that's fair.
Do you have any sponsors at all?
Yes, in fact, obviously in the past, Pio Bella have been a great help, because all our rehearsals and everything have been free. We've not been charged anything for the lighting or anything like that.
Yeah.
Our main sponsor at the moment is Tigre in Lefkosha.
Yes.
The Tigre Trading. They have been very, very good in giving us 1,000 TL towards last year's production, and again towards this year's.
Fantastic.
And they have been very helpful indeed in that respect. We also get things done for free. Some of our printing and whatever, which has to be done, is done for us free. And it's all in the programme, the people who do support us. But generally speaking, you know, the money we raise, we have to raise for ourselves. That's it, really.
Yeah.
So anyone who wants to kindly support CADS, please do sponsor them, because like we said, the money raised goes to two very, very worthwhile causes. Now, Meryem, I want to ask you, you know, being a Turkish Cypriot, and this is a very British thing, you know, celebrating Christmas and New Year, and, you know, going to watch a play or a comedy or, you know, murder mystery. Would you advise other people who are thinking, oh, should I go, will I enjoy myself? Would you say just go and have fun? Is it something that appeals to, do you think it appeals to everyone, this production?
I think it definitely does appeal to anyone who might have any ideas of whether they should go or not. I mean, the world is so globalized now anyway, even when we're watching television shows, films, I think it's just a form of celebration, and it's quite funny. So I think it would definitely be something that people would be interested in. As Don has mentioned, the play itself is really based on it's a Christmas whodunit, so the characters are based on Christmas, but the actual content of it is a murder mystery, and it's a humorous murder mystery.
It could be that into anything, couldn't it? Could be any season.
So, absolutely. So it's just that you know, maybe the decor or the characters are Christmas based, and everything else around it is obviously kind of a humorous play. So why not?
Yes, so you are advised by Meryem to go and watch her. We've got a fairy from Don, but do you want to reveal anything about your character, or should we keep it a secret? Can we say anything about...
It's easy.
Are you who are you playing?
I am playing Holly Berry.
And you are...
I am an elf.
You're an elf, Holly
I'm
Berry.
an elf.
Just like the Halle Berry.
You just like the Halle Berry.
Talented as Halle Berry. As beautiful as Halle Berry.
Oh, thank you.
Very nice. So
I'm not sure you'd be saying that when you see me in my costume, but
so another reason to go is that you got a good costume as well.
I think yeah, definitely. If not for the content, which, you know, that's what we're hoping for, but just to see us in our costumes, I think that would be a laugh enough.
I had to make one little announcement here now, because I'm laughing at your costumes, but today we were speaking with some other people, and there's going to be a special charity event, another charity event coming up later on after your productions, and it's going to be a Christmas fair, and I'm actually going to be an elf as well, and I'll be dressed as an elf
Fantastic.
with Meryem Stewart as Mother Christmas. So I cannot laugh at these guys because I had been convinced to dress up as an elf outside at a Christmas fair for the North Cyprus Cancer Charity Trust. So
We'll get you in the
on
next production.
Yeah, so can't act, but on the 9th of December I'll be there, and. Yes, definitely. You know, if you ever need somebody to be a small elf, I've got the right height for it. I'm the right height for an elf. But it sounds like fun. It sounds like you're going to have good fun. One thing you mentioned about next year production in Guinea. Where is? Because you mentioned that the old theatre was, you know, knocked down.
Yeah.
Is it in the same area again now?
Yes.
Then?
Yes, the same area.
Building?
It's the same where the Wednesday market is held.
Right.
Yes, it's in the same area. And plenty of parking, obviously.
Yeah, excellent.
So yeah, it's right in the middle. Yes, so easy. Well, I was going to say easy to get to, depending on the traffic. But as we usually perform in the evenings, the traffic's not usually so bad.
Yeah. So we look forward to the next production being at the new Guinea Theatre.
We're working on it.
We're working on it, but I'm sure, fingers crossed, in the new year you'll get good, you know, feedback and good vibes from everyone, and it'll work.
Yes.
You push hard, Don, and you'll get that location.
Well, we're good at that.
You deserve it.
We're good at pushing.
A new home, a brand new home for CADS. And Meryem, you know, you are a very lovely lady, a hard-working woman, a mother. You've taken time out of your own personal time to support CADS. Well done for that. And a big thank you to Coroneum in general, to the Çerkez family for opening the doors to the public.
Absolutely.
Would you be, you know, hoping to host again a one-off production maybe in the future if they came up to you?
Absolutely. I mean, if a production, if CADS thought that it would work well at Coroneum and it could go through, then absolutely, why not? We're always ready to support kind of the local DENEX and charities, so we'd be happy to.
You do a great job. It's not an easy job at all. You're a great family. The Çerkez family is very well known, and you've put back into the community so much. Thank you for, you know, producing such a wonderful location for everyone to enjoy. Leisure, sport, entertainment. What more could we want from?
Thank you so much. You're very kind.
Even if people don't enjoy the play, the food at Pia Bella and Coroneum is excellent. So at least you're a jolly good meal.
But, no, the play's going to be fantastic. I've heard a lot about it, a lot of fun, a lot of, you know, good things going on.
Yeah.
So
they sell out very quickly, which is a good sign because people who've been before, who've mentioned it to people who've been before, they are very keen to get the tickets. So they do sell out fast. So, you know, that's a good sign, I think. Yeah. Get your tickets ASAP. Yes. Definitely.
Otherwise, you know, you'll be disappointed and you have to wait until next year for another murder mystery. But I want to say thank you guys for coming in today and for sharing all this information with us.
Pleasure.
One final thing, do you have a Facebook page or are you online? Is there a CADS website that people can maybe log on to and look at?
Yes, there is.
We have a CADS Facebook page.
Right.
So if it's searched as CADS or Kyrenia Amateur Dramatic Society, then people will be able to find it as a page. And as I mentioned for the Coroneum tickets, again, Coroneum can be contacted directly as well.
And Coroneum has its own website as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have contact details there on your website to phone reception and to say, I want tickets.
Absolutely.
For the production. Well, like I said, guys, good luck. As they say in the business, break a leg, but not literally. Please don't break a leg now.
Yeah. We came very close to that one production, hello, but yeah.
No, God forbid that it happens. But thank you for all your efforts, for your time. I know that it's all very, very much a team effort, personal effort, and you're doing such wonderful work, giving people entertainment as well as also providing funds for two worthwhile charities. I'm sure that the charities are very, very grateful for your contributions. You raised a lot of money. I know that you're going to do well this year as well.
Yes.
So have fun.
Thank you.
We will.
And I look forward to seeing, you know, the write-ups, or even maybe my colleague Engin Dervish will be at one of the productions to film for Vox Pop. So watch BRT2 TV because you might see the characters come alive. If Engin gets to film this production, then you might see the elf and the fairy come alive, but you know, I hear that the costumes are fantastic, so don't miss Meryem and Donald and the rest of the gang at the Murder Mystery. But good luck, guys.
Thank you.
See you soon.
And thank you for all of your support.
You're more than welcome.
you
See you
very
soon.
much. Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers.
And with that, we've come to the end of this edition of A Cup of Conversation on BRT2 TV. Once again, if you want to find out more, just go on to the CAD's website or go onto Facebook. Everyone's on Facebook. Or go to Koroneum Golf Course in Esentepe and get your final tickets for the Koroneum production, which is on Wednesday, the 6th of December. But don't forget, from the 4th until the 7th, it's going to be fun with Murder Mystery with CADS. Until next time we meet here in the studios of BRCK, take care and go well. Bye-bye.